Hi, kids. Pardon me, I'm having some technical difficulties here. Sometimes I record on QuickTime. I know it's kind of old school and everything, but it works. Normally. Lately, not so much. So, I have some bad news to report, and you'll note that I'm not wearing my mail hat. I have no mail to read because our friend Harold Bigelow, and yeah, I'll use the term friend loosely. I don't know that he was our friend, but you know what? It appears Harold is no longer with us because his daughter, Sabrina, has set up a tribute page on Instagram. So I've followed it because I think I said before, and I said it when I posted the thing on Instagram. I posted a screenshot of it. That I don't harbor any ill will toward Harold, and I certainly didn't want to see Harold taken from this earth. I mean, we had a lot of fun reading Harold's letters. I don't know this body that he was the president of, but it was fun reading those letters and kind of poking some fun at Harold. Now's not the time to do that. I lost my dad in 2013. Good grief, that's like 11 years ago already. What the fuck? Anyway, good old Bill MacMurphy is up there, and maybe he's talking to Harold right now. I don't know. But if y'all are inclined to follow Harold's tribute page, please be respectful. Sabrina's a real person, and she's obviously grieving. And we certainly don't have anything against her. She wasn't sending me letters telling me to stop. So let's all raise our glasses. Look at that. To Harold Bigelow. Hiya, kids. Welcome to the Late Night Picture Show. I'm still working on this one from the cold open. This is a horse's neck. Which is to say just like a whiskey and ginger ale. and you got to have like a twisty piece of lemon in there, a spiral, or like some kind of fucking new wave thing like I cut out. Alright, let's get started with the show. This Attack of the Giant Leeches. Now, sometimes I saw several posters of this, some with yellow letters, that just said the Giant Leeches. So they may have shortened the title at some point, just to take up less print in the paper. Y'all kids know that they used to run ads like this in black and white in the newspaper telling you the drive-in it's playing at. Or the local theater. Crawling horror rising from the depths of hell. I know most of you kids have never seen a newspaper. Oh wait, maybe at your grandparents' house. No, fuck, your grandparents are my age. I don't take the paper. Crawling horror rising from the depths of hell to kill and conquer. And there's like zero information on this thing, so I don't know who starred in it. But this is a freaking fantastic poster. Look at that. Bodies, those things. Hell yeah. I'm going to set that right over there, because it's too pretty to throw. Like the top of my head's getting chopped off. Attack of the Giant Leeches, 1959, American International Pictures. 1959, you got to keep that in mind here. I wasn't even born. I come from the year 1965. Which is still a long time ago. Directed by Bernard L. Kowalski. Kowalski. For real. Okay. When a drunken yokel takes a pot shot at a monster. So, this guy's kind of like Otis from the Andy Griffith Show. Remember the guy who get all drunk and then he'd come and like let himself into his jail cell and sleep it off? Kind of like Otis out there, and everyone in the town thinks he's out of his mind. You know, he's finally like fried out that last brain cell with alcohol, like I'm trying to do right now. I'm just kidding. There's like 2 shots of 80 proof whiskey in there. So he becomes the laughing stock. He's already the town drunk, and now he's the laughingstock of the town with these monsters, right? That is until people start disappearing. Dave Walker, you know Dave Walker, he runs the general store down there. And his leggy blonde wife, she wants out of the swamp. She wants to get to the big city. And what better way to get to the big city than sleeping around with every guy in town? I don't know how that works exactly. Okay, if you slept with every guy from out of town, one of them might give you a ride to the big city. But Dave's buddy Cal lives in the same freaking swamp you do. Anyway. One night she takes Dave's best friend Cal, and they head into the woods to roll around on a blanket. Keep in mind it's 1959. We're not going to have a steamy sex scene, okay? It's 1959. I think people did it with their clothes on back then. You couldn't even show... You remember Lucy and Ricky? They had those twin beds. Like, they couldn't even show that they slept in the same bed. And they're fucking married. Okay. It's just how things were back then. They roll around on the blanket. But after Dave makes his delivery, his last delivery of the evening, he tracks them down and chases them through the swamp with a shotgun. Oh, shit. Forcing them into the water. We hear a weird noise. They're like out there in the water, like freezing, you know, shivering. Please, Dave, please forgive us. Sorry, ginger ale. Much to Dave's horror, though, both his wife and his buddy Cal are dragged into the water by these monsters. You saw them on the poster. I mean, yeah. So, as in any movie like this, not as much on Andy Griffith, but as in any movie like this, the hick sheriff wants none of this business about monsters, and is convinced that Dave actually shot his wife and Cal in a fit of jealous rage. and hid the bodies. In jail, Dave Walker can no longer live with the fact that he drove his wife and best friend into the clutches of these monsters. Now, along the way, Game Warden Steve, who's more out there on the swamp, right? He knows what a crooked SOB this sheriff is. He's been battling the dumbass sheriff over what is going on. Conveniently, his girl's pop is a doctor of sorts, and he thinks that some large squid or octopus is responsible, based on, marks. Hickeys, so to speak. The doc wants to dynamite the pond, but Steve is against it based on his love of nature and the creatures that may be left. Never mind that we haven't seen any creatures. We haven't seen any creatures other than the monster in months now. I think the monsters ate all the creatures. There's no birds, there's no frogs, there's no snakes. What kind of swamp is this? So the doc and Steve's girl bomb the pond anyway. And lo and behold, human bodies start rising to the surface. Since they haven't been dead long, they know that there's an underwater cave down there somewhere, and the victims have been stored, sucked dry of their blood. I mean, they find this out. And in the cool water, kind of preserved. What are we going to do about this? What would you do? Well, they decide more dynamite. Let's blow this swamp to smithereens. Despite the cliched characters, we're summarizing now, pay attention. Despite the cliched characters, the story is pretty tight and suspenseful. It's well acted and quickly paced. Sorry, something just fell out of my tooth. I hope it's not a filling. I don't need to pay for another crown. God damn it. What really sets this one apart is the musical score, especially the sound which plays, and I couldn't tell you if it's a theremin. It couldn't be a synthesizer. We're a little early for a synthesizer, but it could be a theremin or some setting on your Hammond organ. I don't know. But the sound that plays when the leeches are present, like you can totally hear them coming before they get here. And it's awesome. This is late night drive-in, late night theater, whatever, late night picture show gold. And just as good on the small screen, I might add. 4. Now, I know some of you are going to fight with me about giving the giant leeches the same score as the craft. But yeah, it's just as good. Completely different, but just as good. Now we'll be back. I don't know if I want to make another one of these. Maybe, but you see what I did to this lemon? I got to use the lemon now. And I found a recipe for kind of some kind of bee's knees, like a different bee's knees. It doesn't have honey in it. Has some kind of syrup in it. I don't know. But I think I can emulate it with liquor. But I'll probably have one more of these first, because I'm fucking thirsty. I already powered down a 40-ounce Diet Coke earlier. It's not as cold as it has been, so I'm like hot and sweaty. All right. Be sure and come back for feature 2. Coming right up after the intermission. Oh, I missed. Pardon me.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.